Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to another Monty After Dark. We got Hippie Easter backstage. Smash that like button, everybody. First thing you can do for me, I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hippie Easter, you're alive.
Well, she's just one big mess, and I can't believe she wants to go back to Cuba after she went over there and got sick with something. Now, whether it's corona or not, and then we have the whole does she have temperature? Does she not have fever? She's taken everything she's taken in the last 2 days has an analgesic in it, and so even with 99, considering how much Tylenol and aspirin and whatnot she's had, it would be a whole lot worse if she hadn't been taking those things. So she still has a temperature, at least in my opinion, uh, and it's probably would be higher now. Whether she has corona or the flu or the whatnot, she's still highly contagious, whatever it is. And Pete needs to lock himself in the room like he normally does, and this is the one time he's not locking himself in the room. So I don't understand any of that. But
I
anyway,
see. So you don't believe that she poured fruit juice on her rapid test instrument?
I don't think she has enough sense to Google how to fake a test, is my
Okay.
opinion.
Or maybe she just drank some orange juice or fruit juice or some pop soda and then took the test after, and by mere coincidence it showed up positive, and then she's like, ha, now I have something to show, because
Right. I
she's
mean,
not following instructions.
well, and that's the other thing. What did she follow the instructions? I mean, because I've taken a couple of three of the rapid home ones, and the instructions are pretty specific. I mean, you got to do this for this many seconds and this long, and you got to stand it upright on a flat surface, and I mean, there's and each of the tests are different, so I don't know which one she has, but I don't know what she has, but whatever it is, it's horrible. I don't want her around me. Let's put it that way.
I see. Okay. Hey, Ray Ray, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Look at that sweet baby.
This is Maze. He never likes to be on camera. He knows like when I'm on, but right now he's being
Aww.
cuddly. So this is we call him Fat Guy, but his name is Maze after Willie Maze.
Oh, what? That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely think I definitely think she's at least got a cold. And as far as the whole like googling how to oh, you want to get down now? Now he knows we're on. As far as googling the whole like how to do like get a positive, a false positive, I feel like if anything, maybe one of her, VIBs or something may have like googled it or knew the info. Was like, hey, by the way, if you wanna, because her VIBs are, they're like her. Some they could have been like, hey, if you wanna, get a false positive, maybe, get some more views and super chats. This is how you do it. So if anything, I feel like it may have been one of her VIBs or someone around her who gave her the idea.
And I just about fell out when she said she was going to buy a house for $50 in Cuba. I just was like, hey, everything that comes out of her mouth just gets worse and worse and worse. I mean, nothing redeeming. She's getting no redemption. I mean, it just is further and further down the hole.
True, true. You're right. She doesn't know the cost of or the requirements to actually buy a house. She doesn't know that you got to be a citizen or a permanent resident. And even with that, I heard that it's difficult to be buying property there. Plus, she doesn't even know how much the values of the homes there are. Like, she knows nothing, but yet she's talking so casually about everything. Hey everybody, that's just coming in.
Yeah, that like honestly, that to me too was just like she just she doesn't realize the things that she's saying and just how it could really like you don't say stuff like that like, oh, I can go there and buy a house for $50. Like, No, you can't. And don't just go around saying stuff like that that's not true. Like it's not that's not cool. That just makes you look even worse than you already do, which is, bad in the first place. But it's just it's not cool at all.
And the other thing I was thinking about when she keeps saying that she's been talking to Renee, has she? Can people in Cuba just call people all over the world? I
Well,
mean,
if he has internet connection, then yeah, he could just call her through WhatsApp. I think that or Facebook. I think that's how they're communicating mostly.
okay. I just thought maybe that was locked down over there because, you know, most communist countries don't want their people to know what the outside world is really like.
Yeah, and I think because she, and like someone had said, she didn't even actually see Cuba. She was just like on the resort and basically saw what she saw from the resort. So I'm guessing she's just going off of this, oh, it's a communist country and this and that, and going based off of her ideation, her ideas of what Cuba is and how they are, and maybe what she's heard from people at the resort, and she's using that to put together. Oh, well, it's probably $50 to buy a house. Like, you don't even know. You haven't even actually seen Cuba. You haven't seen the houses. You don't know what it's truly like. You can't just hear hearsay and this and that and assume that that's reality, because it's not.
Tiny Fury asks, "Isn't he married?" I haven't had conclusive evidence that he is married. There is evidence that he seems to be coupled, probably married, but it's not confirmed. But it is confirmed he has at least one child, and that is Renier that we're speaking about. Exactly, Ashley E. You're right. Green Eyed Country Girl, welcome. If you want to join the panel, now is a good time. I'll put the link once again in the chat. So come up, say your piece if you'd like to.
Yeah, I saw a couple people mention that they're too shy or whatever. Just come on. The first time I was too, but once you get on here, it's actually really great, and I think people will like it once they actually get on, honestly.
And we don't bite. Uh, the other thing that this ALR mess from last night, I didn't watch it, her thing. I watched it from Just Saying this morning, but oh my gosh, that was it reminded me so much of Chantel's drunken rant. I swear, she just is copycatting.
I guess so. Yeah, looking at the views, it seems to be working because her views, once again, for ALR aren't that great, but it seems people were watching that for some reason.
I I clicked on to that live because I was somewhere, I can't remember, and somebody was like, "Oh, ALR's drunk. She's get this that." So I went on to see, and the way she was acting to me was like a combination between Chantal and Sagittarius Shoddy. Like the way she was acting was just like she was trying. To me, it was like she was trying to emulate them, like to get more views or whatever. But that's definitely what I was feeling from watching that. It was a mess. But I can definitely, because people are like, oh, she's acting like Chantel. I could honestly see Sagittarius Shoddy in there too, the way she was acting, like all being all drunk and stuff.
I've watched maybe 5 minutes of Sagittarius Shoddy in my whole life. So, I don't have that to go against. Uh, all I have is Chantel, and to me, it was just such a coincidence that I mean, it was just these girls. They need to learn how to knit and crochet or do something.
Yeah, Kidney J, it was more like, because you know how, maybe not now, I haven't really watched Sagittarius Shoddy lately, but you know how she used to be like, I don't know, she'd get like real like out there, and she'd like be loud and like over the top, and just like there's Sagittarius Shoddy. I don't know about, like I said, about now, but she used to have like a certain characteristic about her that just like um I I don't know. There's just something about it that the way she was talking and acting, it just kind of, to me, it kind of like, it seemed similar.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to watch that since I did not see it. I heard she was live. I was like, okay, that's strange, but sure. When I get the time, I will definitely check it out. Bo says ALR's bad drunken act was so cringeworthy it wasn't funny. Yikes.
Okay, this is my other baby, Tony, named after Anthony Bourdain.
Hey
Oh.
Tony.
He doesn't even like to be held, much less this is really getting to him. He's gone.
Hey Sandra, welcome.
Yeah, like I said, I popped in and I saw it for a few minutes and just saw like the way she was and everything, and then kind of popped out. But yeah, that was my impression of the whole.
Oh, I guess we lost Ray Ray once again. Was
Oh,
she
poor.
drinking whiskey or apple juice? What do you mean by that? Island Dreamer, whiskey or apple juice? She was drinking cranberry juice last night. She was drinking orange juice last night. Somebody told me in the chat orange juice will actually give you a false positive. I haven't tested this, so I don't know, but I'm sure people in the chat that heard that might be doing it right now. Too Many Sodium says, "Hey guys, doing some work but listening in. Thank you, Too Many Sodiums. Appreciate it."
Oh, poor
Oh,
You
baby.
can't even. I was gonna say you can't even see me now. There's two.
Oh, that's the sweetest
Oh,
thing
one
ever.
right
I
down.
love it when my babies do that.
yeah, so cute. Hey Nancy C, passionate Libra like Saji. So does a Mary.
No,
And a
and
few other
I like
people.
Saji. Don't get me wrong, and I don't think Amber was successful in her trying to emulate her. I just feel like I got that vibe from her that that's what she was trying to do with being all like sloppy and you know.
Yeah, true. Hey, Kidney J, you are alive right now. What's up?
Hello, everyone. So this is going back for like a while with ALR and her drunkenness. I don't know if anyone remembers a site called, I think it was called You Now, and I think it's still around. But ALR was infamous for getting drunk on that site. One time in particular that was very noteworthy was when she broke up with, um, was it Destiny? What was the one before Becky? I think it was Destiny.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Does anyone remember that?
The
And she had,
Valentine's Day. The
yes,
Valentine's Day, yes. Uh-huh.
hippies, you remember this? So this isn't something new for her. I guess we just haven't seen it in a while. I know a lot of people were thinking she's trying to copy Foodie, but she's done this before. I'm just putting that out there. If you anyone remembers that,
Okay, well, thank you, Kenny J. Yeah, good reminder that yeah, ALR used to have her own drunkenness streams before.
You know,
um,
I was gonna
yeah,
say honestly, I think last night had a lot to do because she kept bringing up like money and that she doesn't have money for weight loss surgery, but she used to, and she wasted all her money and this and that. I have a feeling, I don't know if maybe it's after she did taxes and stuff, but I just kind of have a feeling that she's really not broke, but she doesn't have as much money as she's used to, and that's kind of what's fueling this trying to like get back to the top, if you will, because I think she thinks that she's just losing money, and that's not, for someone like her who's used to a lot of money, that's like detrimental to them. They're like, oh my god, what do I do? I have no money, so I'm like, oh, who cares? But for people that have a lot of money, it's like, I'm losing money, what do I do? So I think that has a lot to do with it. She's trying to bring herself back up.
oh well, she has her merch now, her pillow merch, right? Maybe it's not going as well as she thought. I don't know.
mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you're right. The pillow, I saw it. Pillow Mountain.
Yeah, Pillow Mountain, which really it agitated me that it was left justified and nothing was capitalized. Like, why wouldn't she center it? I don't know. if someone made that for her, but I think it was an ALR original. It just, I don't know. It bugged me that it was all left justified and not centered.
Right. We got Alex K in the back. I see you. If you wanna come on, I'm putting you on in 10 seconds. So you can turn off or keep on your camera.
I just thought that the Pillow Mountain, at least it meant something as an ALR person. The mess that Chantel has put up is just awful. Awful, is that a good word?
Yeah, awful's a good word.
I just want to say, hey, Alex, I love when you comment and stuff in the chat. So, hi.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Thank you so much. I know I'm very passionate when I speak. I feel like one day I'm gonna get blocked with some of the things I say, but it's all like with good intentions, and I really like you guys. I really like the community. So I wanted to come on because I heard, yeah, I heard I heard someone say that if Chantal returns to Cuba, she should like venture outside of the resort. But am I wrong? I don't think those resorts are meant to like be left. Actually, like if you go to the Dominican Republic, I think you're not even allowed to leave the resort. Only if you like book an excursion, you cannot just leave. Everyone is asking Chantal, yeah, you didn't leave the hotel. Yeah, you cannot leave like that. You need to book an excursion. And do we see Chantal going with a whole group of normal people outside? Come on.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing. She even mentioned that, yeah, she can go on excursions, that's what she could do.
Mhm.
And I think even Agatha or whatever had mentioned that she was going on an excursion or whatever. But yeah, we can't, like, that's just too much for Chantal to do, planning ahead to book this excursion or whatever. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the only thing that she can do out of the resort is to go with other people to these excursions, whatever that is.
Yep, she couldn't plan ahead enough to get reservations for a dinner. And isn't it hours on a bus to get to Havana from this place?
Yeah, it's like 6 hours or something like ridiculous like that. Like how Kaya Coco is, it's meant to kind of keep the tourists there. Like there's nothing around there except for the resorts and maybe what was it again, Lenny's or something? Or was it
Yes.
Kenny's? Yeah, that one in between food place. But yeah, the like I said, the closest town was Moron, and you have to travel quite a ways to even get there. So you got to know somebody or do some sort of excursion somewhere. But even with that, yeah, they make it this way for a reason so that you're isolated but comfortable as a tourist. So only by your own means can you really see the real Cuba and go around if you know somebody or if you hire somebody to drive you around.
So yeah, since I have been to Coco, they do. You can leave if you wanted to, but like Monty said, you would have to know someone to basically get a cab and know where you'd want to go, if that makes any sense. And yeah, they discourage you from doing that for sure. But I said my ALR piece. That's all I wanted to say. So I'm gonna peace out. Thanks, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
thank you, Kenny J.
Bye.
Take care. Bye
Bye.
bye. Have a good one. Okay, so Island Dreamer says all of that area, Cayo Coco, Varadero, etc., is for tourists. Workers have to be bussed in as well. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like the workers get bussed in. So it's meant to isolate in a way where you're away from certain areas because tourists bring in the bucks. I think tourism is a big industry in Jamaica. huge. So a lot of countries want to protect the tourists because that's how a lot of the locals survive all over the place, all over the island that I'm from. We love tourists stopping at shops, eating at certain places, because not only will are the prices like extravagant for like the locals, but the tourists, it's reasonable for the most part. But yeah, it just brings in a lot of money to certain places. We got Buddha. Buddha, join the panel if you want to. I'd like to hear what you have to say, Buddha. Also, anybody, if you want to join, just hit that link. You can use your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your desktop computer. Um, Go ahead.
Uh, I wanted Alex to go. I wanted to hear more from Alex since she's new on the panel. So go for it, Alex.
Okay, I have a lot to say actually. If we go back to the old, well, I actually missed the live. I did see it on Kiwi Farms, but I just joined the panel, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. Do you still think that Chantal is lying about having COVID? I don't know where you stand right now because
I'm
yeah.
I'm in the spot where I'm just lately Chantal has been one of those people for me that it's just like I'm pretty good at reading people, but she's just
Mhm.
been kind of like hard. Like I go back and forth with things. And
Mhm.
so honestly at this point she could have it, she could not have it. I do definitely think she's got at least a cold or something and should stay away from people. But
Yeah.
That's my
yeah.
opinion. Whatever she has, I don't want it.
No, because yesterday I got very passionate in the chat because I have COVID right now, and I am someone that usually eats very healthy. Like I am on keto most of the time, but when I am ill, I'm like Chantal. I don't know why, but I crave like garbage. That's who I am. And honestly, my first days with COVID were like that. And now, after 9 days, now I lost my appetite. And the way Chantal is, the way the illness is like evaluating, I don't know how to say it. I see myself in her. Oh, I hate to say that about Chantal, but I mean, it started like that with me. Aroni knows, yeah, I know she does other stuff, but it started like that. A runny nose, headache, the voice, the coughing. So I honestly think she has COVID. I think, oops.
Okay, Alex, you don't see yourself in Chantel. You just see yourself in the illness. Okay, let's separate that. Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference. Definitely. Hey Buddha, I just want to say I love your hair. You look so beautiful right now.
Yeah, I wanted to say that too. Good.
Thank you, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, okay. I always come in awkward, you know me. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry you're dealing with COVID, Alex. That sounds terrible. I went through it, but I hear that I got it pretty light compared to some people. So I hope you're feeling okay. I wanted to touch on seeing yourself in Chantal. I actually do see a lot of myself, the cringe side of myself in Chantal. I was just making a list yesterday because I'm doing a little video about how YouTube and lolcows saved my mental health, and Chantal's a huge part of it. And toxic men, chaos in the house, not taking care of yourself, self-indulgent behavior, emotions out of control, terrible coping skills. So I always see myself in Chantal. I'm just a different version of Chantal on the other side of therapy. I feel like Chantal, if she actually did therapy, she would be where I am. And so I look back at Chantal and what she does with extreme shame. Shame, because when we all talk about her behavior, which is vile and horrible, I was not like that. But I was terrible and consuming, and I destroyed all the energy of everyone that ever surrounded me. And I always say the best apologies change behavior. And that's why I'm here to try to at least give back to the world for what I took from constantly and for a long time. So that's why I hold Chantal to such a higher standard of expectation, because I did it. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it can be done if you want it. That's the problem. It shows all over her face and her actions. She don't want it. Again, I don't know. Chantal, I don't know you. I just have pretty much the same mental illness, the same coping skills, the same shitty attitude. I'm just on the other side. So step up your game, girl. Level up. Sorry, Ray, a little rant there. Hello.
But that honestly, that shows that shows the difference between you and her, though, is that you were able to see that and change based on you being able to recognize that through Chantal that this is what you were doing. So that's kind of like the difference is you did something about it, whereas she, as of right now, we don't see her changing at all. So yeah, I definitely think that I commend you for that's a big step for especially someone who has such big mental illness problems, or so yeah, I definitely think that you're a very good person for doing that, because not everybody can.
I'm trying to be a good person. That's the path. I am Buddha bitch for a reason, I don't know if it's 50-50, but every day I try to land more in the Buddha lane of things, but my default is the other. I can get riled up real quick. So I'm not better than anyone or anything, but when it comes to me and Chantal, we're different because I do the work and you talk about it. That's it. You talk about it, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a six-pack. Girl, I do like 10 hours of hardcore Thai kickboxing a week. I don't even have a hint of an ab, not even a halfer, not even a titter of an ab. And girl, stop dreaming. You're not going to have an ab. You're not going to have abs. You need to stand up and walk first and stop making excuses. It's not about your size or anything. It's about your behavior and the fact that you like to talk a big talk and you don't walk that walk at all. Sorry, I got coffee in me now, so I'm all like, whoa.
No, I saw someone ask me if I felt fatigue. I have to say that was like my first symptom. I was like, I need to go in bed and stay in bed and be there all day. And apart from that, I was fine, I've been vaccinated 3 times, so I don't want to imagine how it will be if I wasn't vaccinated. I have been testing positive with one of these antigen tests for 9 days now. Every day I've been testing myself and it's coming on positive. So this virus doesn't want to leave my body. It's horrible. So, oh.
Girl.
I still don't leave the house very much. I have several autoimmune diseases and other things, and I have been vaccinated 3 times. But it still scares me to death because I don't. And here in Texas, nobody wears a mask anymore. Nobody. I mean, it's just like, even at the beginning with our governor saying you don't have to wear a mask, it was 50-50 the whole time. So it's just been kind of a mess here. But can I ask y'all, or I may have been hearing things this morning, but at the very end of her live stream, she said something about going to the emergency. Did I make that up?
I know somebody had commented, I think, about her going to the urgent care, and she was saying about how she wasn't that bad, so she didn't need to go. I remember that. I think last night.
Okay, again, I may just have been, putting things together that I was hearing. You never know.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically here saying going to the ER, but honestly, with Chantal, I hear most of it, but some things it's just like kind of tunes out. It's just like, okay, that's not important. But I feel like if she would have said she would gone to the ER, I feel like I would have caught on to that.
Hi, we got Riri in the background as well as Mel B. Riri, I'll put you on if you want to disable your camera. Do it now. Same with you, Mel B. I see you there, so you're both getting put on right now. Hi, Riri. Hey, Mel B.
Hey,
Hey.
kitty's so
Can everyone,
cute.
can everyone hear
Oh,
me
we have a
okay?
new kitty.
Yes,
Can
Mel B. We can hear you.
can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what did you guys have to say? Riri, you can go ahead first.
Whereabouts are we up to in the conversation? Because I completely it cut out. So what did we leave up on?
We've been all over the place.
Yeah, we could talk about the COVID test, her trip
Oh right,
to
okay.
Cuba, Niagara
With
Falls.
the COVID, I'm not 100% sure whether I don't think she's purposely sabotaged it. I think she's too stupid. But I think she probably didn't give herself enough chances. Like, I've done a couple of rapid tests where I've done one up the nose and it's come back positive, one down the sides of my mouth and it's come back negative. So I've done a few like that, but I know they come under, if you've got a bit of a cold as well, it will come up as if you've got COVID. So not that they're wrong, sorry, not that they're wrong, but it's almost like she needs further investigations because they're only quick tests. But I think it's just anything just to say that, yeah, have pity on me, as usual.
Thank you,
Just a
Sunshine.
liar.
Did we lose Riri? Riri, are you still there? I guess we lost Riri for a second, so we'll continue the conversation. Seems she's busy. Mel B, you're back. Hi, Mel B. What did you have to say?
Well, just a couple of things. First, Alex, you said that you're still testing positive for the COVID. And sweetheart, you will. I work in healthcare and you will test positive potentially up for 90 days. The antibody stays in your system for up to 90 days.
Yeah, but this one, no. The PCR test, yes, I will keep testing positive for months. But this one, I only test positive if I'm still able to pass it on to others. That's how these ones work, for sure. And there is no false positive here in Europe, at least.
Okay, and of course I'm in the US and we don't, we tell all of our patients, don't test again because you're going to test positive for up to 90 days. So we just tell all of our patients,
the self-test?
All testing. We tell them don't test again because you're going to test positive for up to 90 days, irregardless.
Yeah, it's different here, for sure.
Yeah,
it's
and
different.
At my workplace, if you got it, you can't come back until you have a negative test, and they usually say that's 10 days.
And here, what we tell our patients, the CDC has, of course, changed their policy to 5 days quarantine, which is really not realistic. They should have stuck with the 10 days. So we still tell our patients 10 days. On the 11th day, if you have been fever-free without the use of any fever-reducing products, that's your Tylenol, ibuprofen, any cold products, then you can return to work on the 12th day.
Well, that's kind of difficult, I find. Sorry to cut you off, but I didn't have fever at all, but I did have a pretty bad cough. And actually, if I'm honest, I've been taking a test every day, and the last 3 days, the second line was getting fainter and fainter. So every time I feel see the difference. I think if I do it in 2 days, that it will come out hopefully negative, you know?
Well, and we
So-
had such a shortage on testing in the US, especially in the state where I am. That's why our resources were running low. We told people quit testing because we're lacking resource. So, you know, we just told people 90 days, but on that 12th day, and some people never run a fever. A lot of people have been saying, oh, she still has her appetite, she still has taste, she still has smell. Symptoms are not across the board. Not everybody loses their taste. And when I say this, it is not because I have any feelings whatsoever for Chantal. Chantal got on my last nerve with her last rant in Cuba. Disgusting, vile behavior. But some people never lose their taste. They never lose their appetite. They never lose, you know, never get a fever, never get that sore throat. But the main thing is the fatigue is across the board. The only thing you can really do for COVID is sleep and drink your fluids. The people that are greatly impacted by this are people that have the immunocompromised and their lungs are affected. Those are the people that we're seeing going into the hospital, the elderly, the persons like Chantal that have so many comorbidities that their bodies cannot handle the virus. They don't take care of themselves. And she's one of those people. She's one of those people that unfortunately could be placed on a ventilator because she is so morbidly obese. Now, I'm not a little girl, but I can look at her and say, if she's 350 pounds, it's all in her abdomen. She's crushing her lungs. She's crushing her diaphragm. Her comorbidities are beyond, and you do not cure diabetes. That's outlandish. You do not cure diabetes. It can be controlled, but it is never cured.
And you can't tell me hers is controlled. I'm sorry. There's just no all that because now I know she drinks a lot of the bubbly or whatever that's called, but the stuff like La Croix, but when she drinks a Coke, it's a Coke. It's not a Diet Coke. It's not. I mean, every now and then you'll see her with a diet, but and she drank that whole thing of orange juice. Oh my God, that was a gallon of orange juice. I know orange juice is good for you in certain circumstances, but not if you have sugar issues. My God, it's pure sugar and vitamin C. I mean, the fact that she hasn't like fallen out still surprises me.
Yeah, well, if you remember.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I was just going to say, if you remember, though, on the whole curing diabetes thing, as far as I know, unless something else happened, she took that one test and it was good. And so from then on out, she was like, oh, my diabetes is cured. I'm good. I don't have to do anything for it anymore.
Hey, can I say how much I love the doggy cam? Like, hello, I love it.
Well, I thought, we're talking about something not so good, so this is what I do in the mornings so figured, hey, you guys can just watch this, maybe it'll help. And this is Puppy. Well, I'm not going to say her real name, sorry, but I have certain people in my past, but this is Puppy. Say hi, Puppy. And so, yeah. But no, so like my family member had done like 6 tests and 3 of them showed positive. And then when he went in to actually get one done through the drive-through thing, the P1 or what is it called, PCR or something? I don't remember the acronyms. He tested negative, but then he tested positive for all the ones at home. So it's just a hit and miss. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. But treat all colds and everything like you have it anyway. So that's what she should be doing. But of course not. And, probably she will have problems. But totally wanted to talk about ARL though. Seriously, that was a trip last night. She wasn't even drunk. God, I would love to see her actually drunk. She wasn't even drunk. She was sipping it. I mean, not even sipping it. It was more like a lick, taste your lips kind of, and that's it. And it's like, okay, girl, come on. Take a swig, 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 swig.
She was like getting her lips wet, like the way she was drinking it. Like her lips were getting wet, and then she was like,
she realized she needs to step up her game.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to be Chantal so hard. Let's be honest. Her views have been. I used to keep up on ALR so hard, like Chantal, you know, every day, and now I haven't watched her in months. She's boring, and I think that for a lot of people it's the same. So I can only imagine her income. I don't think she's having a fun time actually.
Yeah, I haven't watched her solid in months either because she's so boring. She's been so boring here lately. But
imagine she made merch after years and years and years, and she made merch now. That tells you how desperate she is.
It does.
Like, come on.
No, both of them need to get relevant if they want to sell merch. They're wanting to sell merch like it's 2002. You know what I mean? And it's like, ladies, if you want business and if you want money, if you want to be an influencer, I'm sorry. I know 50-year-olds that are much more into tune of the nowadays and the relativity or relevance of the day than they do. And it's like, dude, your guys' level of technology is like my level, which is up there with, probably Mennonites, so no, come on, girls.
So I just want to throw something out there. Thank you all for sharing your pets. I don't have a pet and I really want a pet, so the fact that you guys are sharing your pets is lovely, and thank you so much for doing that. I just want to throw something out there, and then I want to hop off because I said I was going to let other people have a voice. So Chantal was caught red-handed with Nader, and we kind of discussed her super chats for the last couple of videos, and they have been significantly less. And so what I was thinking is that the Cuba thing, the COVID thing, all of that was just a deflection because she knows to do the sick thing to get sympathy, and she knows like people gave her so much support. People gave her so much support when she was planning to go to Cuba. So, I personally believe that she's planning to be with Nader as often as possible and as soon as possible. I have no doubt that she's probably going to drive to Montreal, wherever Nader is. And the only reason why he was in Gatineau was because she didn't want to have to deal with the presence of Dee, and that was the whole thing. So I just want to hear the panel's thoughts about because the Cuba bees, the COVID stuff, I feel like that's all deflection. What do you guys think the next encounter with Nader and Dee will be? When are we going to get a rage? And what happened to Nader's tooth? That's all I want to ask.
I had questions. Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted somebody. I had questions about the whole Nader, that whole court thing too, is if there is seriously the whole he can't have any contact with her as public as this has all been, and people calling motels like has already been done, why hasn't he been arrested?
Because it's not in place. She might have went down there. She might have went down there and like filed it and been like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you, Natty Daddy." Ooh. But she always went back down and was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna drop the charges. Never mind." She's gonna continue to cycle this abusive cycle over and over for years and years and years until either A, one of them pass away, B, one of them moves either significantly far away from one another. But as long as they're in close proximity to each other like that, and as long as the internet, they can keep sleuthing on each other's sites and stuff like that, they're forever going to be in contact. They're forever going to be together. They're forever going to go through this cycle, and it's never going to end. It's going to just be the same over and over and over again.
So we agree that there is no order. This is all part of this reality show that they're creating, and we are all sucked in.
Yep.
We are all watching so that they can continue their narrative,
This is Jersey Shore or
Yep,
Desperate Housewives or whatever.
we all continue to watch, we all continue to talk about it, and we all continue to give them something to lie to us about. Like somebody said in the chat earlier, if you paid attention to the stream today, the OJ she's drinking, it's one of the glasses from the hotel room. When Nader was doing his date stream, it's one of the glasses that was sitting on the dresser that she's drinking her OJ out of.
You are
I mean,
good.
come on. This is ridiculous. We are a part of their plan. I mean, we are all watching this unfold and we are allowing it to happen.
I want to say that with the super chats, I know she started the I'm going back to Cuba, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't even think her people, her VI idiots want her to go to Cuba again.
No, but Monty, you had a great idea. I think it was yesterday where you said about the hotel beezes. Dude, that's perfect for her. You're so right on that one. Totally. Should just do unique hotels or haunted houses and stuff like that. Wow, that'd be just amazing. She likes mysteries and paranormal and stuff. You know how many hotels she can stay in and yell and scream and freak us out and stuff, but she could, oh gosh, there's
You
so
just
much
want
she
to
could
see
turn
her
her channel around.
Yeah, she could totally do
You
that.
just want to see her suffer.
So this is this is the glass that allegedly they used at the motel, and she's drinking orange juice last night out of. So that is what Mel B and others have stated in the chat about. It ain't that said. Chantal mentioned she was going to rent a place for her and Nader in Montreal when she was on her drunken rage. Okay.
So, and the ring light, somebody mentioned the ring light. You see in his video the ring light in the motel. When she does her stream at home and she's sitting in the living room on her couch, she made comment that her light was upstairs, so she didn't have her light.
Well, I thought she said her light wasn't there.
Well, yeah, or it wasn't there, whatever her blatant comment was. Well, duh, you know, it's like we're playing a game of Clue, and we are the stupid people that are playing along. And I hate myself for it, but yes, we are all playing along and we're playing into it.
I think it's quite fascinating watching the dynamic between these two. You have an absolutely perfect feedback loop. You got an ever consumer, more like him, like a psychic vampire, just drains women, their energies, their resources without a care in the world. And then you have another consumer that's also a giver. That is just like, I'll give you anything as long as I get what I want. I don't think either are ever going to change their stripes. He's taking from her, she's giving to him. It's just a matter of how it's going to end. But the cycles are quite fascinating. It's fascinating that these toxic relationships that just exist in this world, some of them are on the internet for all of us to watch. And then sometimes those toxic people watch the people that watch them and decide to fight with people with facts and logic, with drunken rants and, your hair is terrible, you ugly toad. Like, it's baffling that there's no self-awareness or shame, or maybe there is and they don't care, which in itself is fascinating. And I know that a rage is coming, and there's a big chance that I could be looped in there somewhere. She seems to attack people by their looks. I'm okay and I'm secure with that. But I think that if she's going to talk about I'm going to this and I'm going to that, then maybe you should listen to some of the people that are on these panels. We're not attacking you, girl. We are just telling you what we see, man. Have you ever looked in the mirror and saw anything different? Wear your mirror. Just put down your ego, grab a coffee and just listen to a podcast or a stream. No one here is being malicious, but a spade is a spade, girl. You love his toxic. He loves your toxic. You love toxic. We all love toxic. Get it together or just accept that you're a train wreck. But stop being defensive about it. Come on. Are you new? Sorry.
No. I mean, that's what I was saying yesterday too. Is that it was a breath of fresh air that she came home and was like, "This is how it's gonna be. This is who I am. Deal with it. I don't like you guys anyways. Oh, thank you for them." I was like, "Thank God, dude. Just accept that you're a B and just move on, lady. Stop trying to do the double standard thing because we all know that's fake." You know.
But Amber Lynn, I can't. Foodie triggers me all day, every day. But Amber, I don't know if I can even talk about Amber without getting emotional because I get so triggered by her because of her snideness. My mom used to use that word in regard to me, but I see snide. She's snide. She doesn't wear her train wreck on her sleeve. She's this hoity-toity delusional lady, whereas Chantal's like, I'm a train wreck. No, I'm not. I'm a train wreck. At least she kind of is in on the joke. Whereas Amber Lynn is so delusional about what role she plays in her own little universe. It's like, girl, it's even cringier that you don't get that you're cringe. Whereas I feel like Chantal gets that she's cringe. It's easier to take when they know, you know?
Buddhist.
Well, Chantal has better colorful words too than ARL does, and at least in my opinion, I like her rants a lot better. They're much more colorful and more animated. So ARL is boring no matter what to me, in my opinion. To me, whether it's a rant or whatever she's doing, it's just like. Bleh.
Well, Buddha, since you and I were the ones she went after, I just want to say, she said something about you having bangs. Do you notice that she cuts bangs in every wig she buys, even the $600 one?
Let me tell you this. I was a master hair colorist for 17 years. I worked as a hairdresser in a high-end salon with the bitchiest ladies in the world. So watching her cut those wigs, it was hard for me not to type my fingers off. I would just like, I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to chill, smoke a doob. She doesn't even try. All you have to do is Google a simple video on YouTube and it'll show you how to just twist, done. There's a million TikTokers that do it, but she just hacks it up and then comes for my bangs. I woke up like this. You see that? I woke up like that.
Perfection.
The thing is, she's reflecting so hard. Why is she going for your bangs? Because she cannot grow ones herself. Like, this is her problem area. That's why she's so triggered by bangs, and that's why
it comes down
so much.
It comes down to every person who rocks these. Discipline. You try to sleep on your back. You cut them almost every second day. Like, you have to be on top of your shiz to rock these and to have them look good, which means you have to be adulty. You have to fix them. You have to upkeep them. You can't have these bangs unless you're at least showering regularly. And I hate to put it that way, but the minute you get a little bit of oil and stuff. So the thing is, you don't see girls rocking these unless they're kind of high maintenance looking girls usually, because this is upkeep. There are times when I just wash the very front of my head because this is a nightmare and this is fine.
All right, boys, take notes. You hear that? High maintenance is bangs. No wonder why I never had any.
No, girl.
No, I'm totally just kidding. I'm just being funny.
But even it's like that with everything in her life. Like, okay, Buddha, you say like, okay, Google a video. She doesn't even need to do that. She has money, guys. Come on. Just take the damn wig to someone. And it's with that, with everything. Laundry service. Let someone come clean your house 2-3 times a week. What the hell? You have money. I don't have money. I have someone come clean my house. Come on. It's not a luxury thing, I feel like, you know? And she has the money. She really has the money for it. She has the money to have a private chef. I'm not kidding. She has.
It shows you her personality.
Yeah,
she's too lazy to flex. She's too lazy to flex. She could just throw some money around.
That
and
is so
flex.
true.
That's laziness. You're too lazy to flex?
Oh, that is so
Wow.
true. I mean, she could be buying clothes from high-end places, high-end plus-size places like lasers and glitters, you know, or glitters and laser or glitter and lasers or something like that. You know what I mean? Like she could be doing these amazing hauls from a lot of these plus-size stores, or she can do small businesses plus-size stores or something like that. Or I knew a lady one time who opened up a like she says she's all given and stuff like that, right? So she can get these homeless people or displaced people, I mean, in her area, and she can offer, you know, work for less, you know, for X amount of money or things of that nature. There's ways around it to show what you're saying as far as like you're a good person and stuff like that. But come on, Walmart and Amazon. I order from Walmart and Amazon. Come on.
Here's a point. Shani put more thought into her streaming than Chantal. I looked at that house tour. She had ring lights and a chair, and I was jealous of that chair. She left that chair behind. That's a sweet ass chair. But anyway, she had money, even though they're a nightmare, but they actually cared more about their YouTube career than Chantal does. I'm just saying.
Look at that sweet baby.
She can get a car too to accommodate her a lot better too as well.
She needs an SUV is what she needs. But you know what drives me? It just drives me crazy because number one, I have no carpet in my house, nor do I want one. I have animals, so I don't want any carpet. But she doesn't even, that carpet has never been cleaned. I know nothing else in the house has been cleaned, but God knows that carpet needs to be shampooed so badly that I don't even think one shampoo would do it. Or even if any shampoo would do it, or if it just needs to be ripped up and replaced. I mean, every time I look at that carpet, I just want to go, you know.
I have a question though. Hippie, you mentioned that she was coming after you and Buddha. I didn't hear her. What did she say about you?
She said, what?
I didn't catch what she said about you. What did she say about you?
She said my name. She said hippie, and that hippie girl.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
She said we were jelly pants, that we were jelly and obsessed with her.
Yeah, right.
I am. No, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm jealous of her because she's using her money in ways that, yeah. And the fact that I'm obsessed with her, well, yeah, because she's a freaking soap opera train wreck. Of course I am. This is my guilty pleasure. Yes. So I'm not denying either one of those. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
I would say I guess you could say I'm not jealous of her money. I don't want her money and the money that she has. I'm a little, I guess, envious that, you know, she has all this money and uses it in the wrong ways. But I wouldn't want to be in the situation she is with all that money. I mean, that's just me. But
well, I don't agree how she got it, but I guess it's the same way. I'm envious for the money that she has because she could use it in so much of a better way to even improve herself. And there's a lot of us that are in the kind of, not the same predicament, but maybe the same rut in life, I guess, you know what I mean, with the pandemic and everything and all that kind of stuff. But I do not envious the way she's getting her money or how she makes her money. Forget that.
Very true. Sunshine Granny said before, what did the panel think when ALR reacted to a collection of herself on video and she went off on herself throughout it? I didn't watch the ALR, so I can't even speak towards this, but thank you.
What do I think? I think she's hopeless. I already said it before, like, she's gonna try everything at this point. Come on, she's not relevant anymore, so she has to start drama. And by the way, speaking of ALR, did someone see that she said that she spends like $3,000 a month on takeout alone? Like, yeah. You can pay someone to prep your meal for that money. Come on. This is what I mean. They have so much money and they could better their health, like easily. Get a trainer, get someone to cook for them. they wouldn't have to do anything, but they just don't want to. That's it. The addiction is too strong, I guess.
Yeah, she said that she gets takeout at least 3 times a day. And she
I,
mentioned that one of that might be just a bubble tea. Can we all imagine how much she pays for that bubble tea if it's being brought to her by Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatnot? I mean, you got a $2 tea, and by the time it gets to her, it's 20.
I can honestly say that I've watched in my lifetime half of an ALR video. I'm a terrible person, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to catch up.
No, you're
And
not. You're sane. The rest of us aren't. I mean, at least I know I'm not.
Yeah, ALR she's definitely something else. I will say I watched her until they left Eric and Ricky's, and then to me it was just like whatever. But as far as her watching the video of herself last night, I feel like as she was watching it further and further, because it was like a compilation of like her like lying or whatever, as she like was watching it further and further, it seemed, because that's where like I got in at, where she was like watching that video, it seemed like as she was like watching it, like something in it kind of like triggered her, and you can see that like as the video went on, it almost seemed like she got more and more upset with herself like in those videos. And then I don't even think she finished the video. I think she just shut the computer before she was even done. So I think it feels like to me like something in those videos like triggered something in her, and then she was just like, okay, I'm done, and then like changed the subject.
thanks, guys, for loving on my pup. This is Aldous.
And is it a poodle? Is that
He is a miniature poodle that we saved from a puppy mill when he was, my kids and I saved him when he was about 3 months old, and he is 19 years old now.
Oh, now that's amazing, Mel.
So
And he didn't even have
this is
gray.
my oldest son, and he is my shadow. He's
Oh,
my boy.
Oh,
how
that's
sweet.
sweet. That's sweet. Well, I think what I might do, I do have to go. I do have a busy day, so maybe we'll wrap up for now. I will do Monty After Dark again tonight. So maybe if closing words, if everyone's okay with that, Ray, if you want to start.
Yeah, it was nice, being in the panel again is with Alex and Mel, and then I think a couple other people I can never remember.
Yeah, we had quite a high turnover rate, but we had Lady Ravenshaw was here, Riri, and we have Mel B still on the panel again. But yeah, we had quite a good amount of new people here today.
I love when new people come on, especially when like they're like oh I'm so shy, I feel uncomfortable. I love, like, I'm not saying I love people being uncomfortable, but I love when they kind of like break out of that zone and come on, because it is so great once you come on. So I do want to say yeah, to everybody, come on, it's not that bad. And yeah, I had a great time again with you guys, and I enjoyed seeing everybody's pets. It was very there was a lot of pets today, and I really enjoyed that. So I hope you guys have a great day.
All right, thank you, Ray. Alex K.
I am not shy at all, actually. I just struggle because English is not like my first language. So I'm like shy. I don't want to get roasted, and I am multitasking with the cat, and I have a baby. But if you come on later and I am not sleeping, because of course I am in Europe, I want to come on back on again. So
Sure,
thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Buddha bitch.
I had to unmute myself. Sorry. What do I have to say about all this? I think the only certainty in this whole situation is that the drama continues. I don't think it's ever going to get better. I think it's always going to get worse. And it kind of comes down to, what are we going to take out of it? And I think it's important that we all keep a healthy sense of humor about it, because my therapist told me one time, because I'm one of those girls who's obsessed with serial killers and psychological documentaries and stuff like that. And I like to analyze behavior. And she said, I get it, but you're so on the dark side of energy. Like, don't forget to let the light in. And so while I watch Chantal, I try to just find the light. The light is the community, the panels. I love these communities and panels. I've created friendships that are more important to me than real life. You know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of snark and bitterness and arguing in this community, not Monty's, but Gora World. And I think everyone needs to just chill, man. You're being very undued. Let's just not get too invested. I get that she's a dangerous person. I get she does this and that, but let's try to find the giggles, embrace the inner Monty giggle. Whenever he giggles like that, can you not laugh along? We need to just chill and let her do her, and let's take from it what we can that will make us smile and laugh and love each other.
All right, thank you for that, Buddha. Mel B.
Well, thank you, Monty. You are great as always. You work your tail off. It's unreal. I don't know when you sleep, eat, and do your whatever all you have to do. But thank you, ladies. This is great. I'm along for the ride with the whole reality show. I'll continue to ride the train and laugh and joke and rage and whatever else we need to do. So, and Buddha, I think you're beautiful. I watch whenever you're on panel. I think you're gorgeous and listen to your story. So thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, Mel B. And last but not least, Hippista.
Monty, thank you again for letting me be here. And thank you, wonderful ladies, for putting up with me. And Alex and Mel B, I am so glad that y'all were here. Y'all are wonderful, just wonderful. And like Ray said, loved all the animals today. The animals just, if you can, when I look at an animal, that's just my heart. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful weekend.
Yep. Have a great rest of your weekend. I know it's Sunday for most of us, either morning still, afternoon, or evening. So have a good one, everybody. And I'll see everybody another time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.